Oh. Yeah. Start. Oh, nice.
Maybe just check to see if they can.
All right. Can you guys see the presentation?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Real quick, we just want to do some general introductions. Greetings from Pennsylvania. Just to give you a general idea of where we are located on the eastern part of the United States. Pennsylvania, you'll see, is highlighted there in red. We are located in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. It is snowing right now here in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, so beautiful outside with all the trees covered in snow. My name is Jill Matoliak, and I'm the International Admissions Coordinator here at HAC. And Emily Fox is also here. She's the virtual recruiter here at HAC. We're going to go over some general information and then open up for questions and answer any of your questions. To give you some general information about undergraduate education, there are two main types of institutions in the United States. There are four-year institutions and then two-year institutions. Four-year institutions are usually called colleges or universities. A school that has the designation of a university is usually larger and usually has colleges within it, so a college of business within the university. So Penn State would be a good example of that type of format. I could talk probably for an hour on the different types of four-year institutions that are in the United States. There are private, there are public, there are liberal arts. Then there are also many ways to distinguish a university as being an all-women's college, a historically black college. But we're not going to get into a lot of detail with that, but that is something that you're going to want to be mindful of when you're doing your research of the different institutions that you're considering. Most institutions should be very upfront with how they describe themselves when you receive or review their general information. Two-year institutions here in the United States, there's two types of institutions that fall under the two-year institutions. And they would be the community college, which is where we're coming from, or the vocational and technical college. There are usually 6 different types of programs that community colleges offer. We offer transfer education, which we'll talk about on the next slide. We also offer career education, which we'll talk a little bit about on the next slide. We offer what's called developmental education, so for students who might not be strong in math, they can take some additional courses to build their math skill before they take, say, the calculus or whatever math requirement they have for their program. We offer non-credit courses. Non-credit courses are usually classes that are just for personal development and for interest. So I know years ago we used to have a basket weaving program that was very popular that many students and people from the community enrolled in. A community college does a lot of specialized training, and we try to help the employers and groups throughout the community if they see a need for a certain type of training. So sometimes we have training that's very specific for a certain business or an organization in the local area. And then the 6th type of program that we offer is virtual learning, which Emily will be talking a little bit about later on. Just so that you are aware, HAC is accredited by the Middle States Commission on Higher Education, and we have been accredited since 1967. And that pretty much means that we are held to the same academic standards as any four-year college or university. So the classes and the credits that you take here at HAC would transfer on to a four-year institution. There are different types of undergraduate degrees. We have diploma and certificate programs, so you're not really getting a degree in that area, but they're very specialized training areas for students to participate in if they have an interest in a particular area. So here at HAC, we have welding programs, and students just take classes in that area and then receive either a diploma or a certificate to show that they have the skills for that. A diploma usually takes 1 semester, so about 4 months to complete, where a certificate program usually takes about 1 year, 2 full semesters of studies. The types of degrees that you will probably be the most interested in are the career and transfer associate degrees here at HAC. A career associate degree is a degree that takes 2 years of full-time study, and those degrees are designed that once you have completed that degree, you are able to go out and get a job in the workforce. So a prime example for that is our nursing program. Once students have completed our nursing program, they have the skills in order to take the national board exam to become a registered nurse, and they can start working in their field. A transfer associate degree, kind of the name gives a little bit of an insight into its degree process, but a transfer degree program is designed to provide you with your first 2 years of education here at HAC, and then you transfer that education onto a 4-year college or university. So the goal with the transfer associate degree is that you're taking a lot of your general education courses. So I always tell students, all students take college or English 101, Psychology 101, your very general education courses that are pretty much required at most 4-year colleges and universities, and then you transfer them to that school, and then you would start as a junior at the 4-year institution. So many of our students here at HAC, after they've completed their transfer associate degree, go on to a 4-year university to complete their bachelor's degree. A bachelor's degree is the 4-year degree that most students are looking to complete when they're here in the United States. We say about 1/3 of HAC students do transfer once they are done with their studies at HAC. And you are able to transfer to a school even if you are in an associate's degree program. It just depends on what you're looking to study here and then what you're looking to get your bachelor's degree in. HAC does have transfer and articulation agreements with 4-year colleges and universities, and that helps you know what classes you should take here at HAC so that you know if they will transfer on to that 4-year college or university. And we have students are assigned academic advisors that help you with that process, so you're not expected. I would say at HAC or at any school, I think it's pretty much standard, you would have an academic advisor that would help you determine what classes you should be taking to complete your degrees here, as well as if you want to transfer onto a 4-year degree. At this time, I'm going to turn it over to Emily, and she's going to talk to you a little bit about community college history here in the United States.
All right. Well, may I just add, thank you so much for joining the webinar today. Jill and I are thrilled to have you as an audience, and know that we're here as a resource for you to provide you with information and to answer questions that you may have. At the end of the presentation, we'll have a slide that has our contact information on it, and we're here to help you. But for the rest of the presentation, Jill and I would really like to focus on community college itself. HAC, Central Pennsylvania Community College, obviously is a community college. There are over 1,000 community colleges in the United States and 127 in Pennsylvania alone. And community colleges, they originated to give opportunity to everyone, you know, open admission. And the first community college was Juliet Junior College in Illinois. That opened in 1901. But HAC, Central Pennsylvania's community college, where Jill and I work, that was the first community college in Pennsylvania in 1964. So if you're good at math, you'll realize this was a big year for us here at HAC. We celebrated our 50th anniversary, and we're hoping for 50 more years and beyond. So community colleges serve half of undergraduate students in the United States. And according to American Association of Community Colleges, that's a statistic, and it's growing. Community colleges are popular. 12 million or 12.8 million students attended community college for credit, non-credit classes in 2012. And community colleges are unique in that they work with a variety of different students. So whether that's different races, different genders, income level, ages, everyone is welcome at a community college. And the average age is 28, but we work with students who are still in high school, and we work with students that are 80 years old and in between. So everyone's welcome at a community college. Now, why are community colleges growing in popularity? Well, what are some of the benefits? And I'd like to go through some of these benefits so that you can understand why so many people are turning towards community colleges. I mentioned that community colleges originated to give opportunity to everyone. So community colleges have open admission. To apply to HAC, you do need to have a high school diploma or a GED, but you might have looked around at other colleges, or maybe you're at the beginning of the process, but many colleges may require certain SAT scores or testing scores, GPA scores, certain grades or awards. So there's many selective colleges out there, but HAC is open, and other community colleges are open to everybody. Now, we do have selective programs within HAC. For instance, the nursing program is very selective in that you need to apply for that, and there's certain criteria to reach. But generally speaking, to be a student at HAC is open admission. And the cost is another benefit to community college. HAC prides ourselves in offering quality education, yet affordable. So I don't know if you've looked around at other cost tuition at other colleges, but out-of-state cost at HAC is $358, so $358.50. So 3 credits would be $1,075.50. If you've looked around at other colleges, you may realize that how much it is to take one class at HAC is how much it is for just 1 credit at another college. So we're affordable, and it offers huge savings, but still gets you to the educational goals and dreams that you may have. Now, another benefit, Jill talked about how 1/3 of our students transfer to a 4-year institution. Starting out at HAC or a community college is a great way to get your foot in the door. Many students do what we call the 2-2 plan, so 2 years at HAC full-time, 2 years at a 4-year institution. And Jill did mention that there's many formal agreements we have with other institutions saying, whatever credits you're taking here at HAC will transfer right into the 4-year institution that you're hoping to attend. Another benefit at community college here at HAC are the small classes, which is the best ideal learning ratio and environment for you to have to get the most out of it. Also, another benefit are the variety of majors. HAC has over 150 different programs, very broad programs like business and nursing and technology studies. There's different trades programs, education, art, engineering, but there's really some specialty niche areas too. For instance, there's an area where you can study auctioneering or pastry and baking, pastry arts and baking. So a variety of majors. Here at HACK, there's 10 programs that you can complete fully online as well. And I'll be talking a little bit more about the online classes here on the next slide. But a lot of students, might want to start out online, maybe for a semester, and then come over here as a student. So Jill and I see students, that are working with both of us because they're doing both online classes and on-campus classes later on. So a variety of majors are offered at community college. Also, resources are offered at community colleges, which people don't realize a lot of times, that there's different opportunities to play sports, be part of clubs. There's campus happenings, concerts, musicals, crafts happening. There's a library, there's a computer lab, and tutoring, there's honors classes, there's the opportunity to study abroad, which is what you would be doing, coming over here, counseling and advising. So there's lots of different resources, and we want you to be aware of that, since a lot of times people don't realize that about a community college. Also, at a community college, there's a lot of commuters here. It's well known in the community, and while some colleges may have dorms, a lot of community colleges do not. We have people coming on to campus, driving on to campus, or walking to campus, but do know that there are housing options. We have an international house in Harrisburg where many of our international students decide to stay. And the flexibility of a community college. There's not necessarily one cookie cutter way to come through us here at HACK. Everyone has a unique schedule, goals, and they're juggling different things in life, whether it's work or traveling or whatever it may be that's priority in your life at the time. So going along with the flexibility, I'd like to talk about online learning here at a community college here at HACK. Online learning is growing in popularity, and one of the biggest reasons is the flexibility and freedom that it offers, that you can do the classes when you want. So here at HACK, we have 4 different terms. We have fall, spring, and 2 summer terms. So the online classes follow those terms, and there's due dates throughout the term. However, you can complete the work when you want. Right now, we're in different time zones. You're in the evening, we're in the morning. You can do your classwork then, and whatever works around your schedule. Also, doing online classes, you can do it from where you want. This semester, we have a student from Egypt taking online classes here at HACK. He has never stepped foot on the HACK campus and just finished his first semester with us. And how you want. Online learning is slightly different than being in a classroom, in that the methods that you're learning are different. So you might participate in discussion boards or email, Skype, video, online quizzes, and it's different from each class to class and professor to professor, but those are some of the common methods that are used to take online classes. So I'm going to turn it back to Jill here, and she's going to talk a little bit more about the international student option actually coming here to the physical campus.
Okay, so listed on the screen are some of the top reasons that students come to the United States as well as to HACK to study. They want to master the English language. HACK does have a full-time English as a second language program. They want to experience another culture. They want that exposure to a different culture. The prestige of a U.S. higher education system. Many students come here to HACK as well as other institutions in the United States and then return home to their country and have more employment options because part of their education was received here in the United States. And then also numerous programs. We have sometimes students who come to HACK who don't realize that they can study pastry baking. There are many different options instead of just computers or certain programs that might be very popular in their country. So once again, it gives you that flexibility to try out some new information. Coming to HACK as an international student, you are required to be enrolled in an associate's degree. We do have a few certificate programs that you are eligible for. Most of our students who currently attend here, our most popular majors are general studies. General studies is kind of like an undecided major. So students work on their general education classes and then transfer onto a four-year institution. Nursing is very popular, engineering, computer science, biology, and chemistry. We're seeing an increase in students interested in those areas, and then travel and tourism. I'm going to talk a little bit about how to get started. Here at HAC, the application process is pretty straightforward and I think pretty simple, probably compared to some of the four-year schools that you would be required, some of the requirements they might have. To apply as an international student here at HAC, you would need to complete the international admissions application, which is just 2 pages, general information about yourself. We do require proof of high school graduation and the classes that you have completed. And then we do also have a financial requirement that is part of the F1 visa that you would need to be applying for at your embassy in order to come to the U.S. HAC currently requires $24,000 for 1 year of full-time study, and that would be 2 semesters of taking 12 credits. And then we would need a copy of your passport. The copy of your passport is just so that we make sure that your legal name as it appears on your passport is also how we list it on your I-20. And that is pretty much our requirement and how to apply. HAC just eliminated the application fee, so there is no fee even to apply to the college and have your documents reviewed for acceptance to attend here. Some things to point out. Emily did tell you earlier that we are what's considered a commuter school, so students do not live here on campus. We have the International House in Harrisburg that many of our students live in, as well as Harrisburg is the state capital of Pennsylvania, so there are many options for apartments, and I assist students when they are at that point of looking for housing. Another key thing is that HAC does not require any test scores to be accepted, so we do not require a TOEFL test, an IELTS score, an ACT, or an SAT score in order to be accepted. The only thing we're looking for is your proof of high school graduation, and then we would require you to take placement test once you arrive here at the college. I'm going to let Emily speak a little bit about how you would get started if you wanted to take some virtual classes with the college.
Yes, so our admission processes are different for whether you want to be an online student here at HAC or come to the physical campus. So there's 4 steps if you're hoping to be an online student here at HAC. And the first step is to apply online. If you go to hac.edu, there's a big button on every web page that you go to off of that says apply now, and so that would be the first step. After that, we have our students go through placement testing, which really just determines, what class you should start at here at HAC. It's not a pass-fail type of thing. It tests students in the areas of math, reading, and writing. And it's untimed. It usually takes our students about 2.5 hours to go through, and placement testing can be done online. After doing placement testing, our students go through new student orientation, which can also be done online. It takes about an hour to go through. And new student orientation goes through helpful resources and policies for you to know here as a student at HAC. And then from there, you meet with an advisor. You can meet with an advisor virtually through email, calling. There's different ways that you can communicate with an advisor, but an advisor is there to help you pick out your classes and map out what would be successful classes for you to take, or good classes for you to take in order to be successful. So an advisor works very closely with you. And after you meet with an advisor, you pay your tuition, and classes start shortly after that. So that's the application process for being an online or virtual learning student at HAC. One other thing I like to mention, I don't know if any of you have heard of iTunes U courses. It's free supplemental content available on iTunes, and a lot of professors use it as an extra resource to their students, but it's open to everybody. It's free. In 2012, 6 institutions started to offer iTunes U courses. You can see the different institutions there on the slide. Duke, Stanford, Yale, MIT, the Open University, and HAC began offering iTunes U courses. And at this point, HAC offers 21 full iTunes U courses and 111 iTunes U collections. And it's really picking up in popularity. And just this past September, HAC reached 1 million subscribers to our iTunes U courses. You do not receive any college credit for iTunes U courses. It's free supplemental material. If you have a certain area that you want to learn in for your personal development, or if you're taking a class and you want a little bit of extra assistance on the side, that's what iTunes U courses are designed for. So that there's classes in areas of accounting, health, astronomy, English, writing, and math, and more. But those are just some examples of iTunes U courses that HAC offers. So certainly check out iTunes U courses. All right, well, you have been given a lot of information about HAC here, information about being an international student here on our physical campus, as well as online classes. This is all of our contact information. You'll see email, phone, webpage, Facebook, Twitter, Skype. Jill and I are here to help you. So we'll certainly open it up for questions here in a few minutes, but feel free to jot down our contact information in case you have a question, in a few days, months, years, whatever it might be. We're here to help you. So we'd like to open it up at this point for any questions that you might have.
Thank you so much, Emily. And we have a question. Do you have a 1-year program?
I'm sorry?
Do you have 1-year program?
Oh, so we offer certificates and diplomas, which typically take a few months to a year to obtain. The associate degrees that we offer here at HAC, if you're going full-time, take 2 years. And I'm not sure if you want to add to that at all.
I guess I would also ask, is there a certain program a student is interested? We have many international students that start at HAC, but they don't complete their degree here. So they might come here for a year and do, say, their English 101, some general English training or general courses, and then transfer on to a 4-year institution before they complete their associate's degree.
And can they apply as a freshman to U.S. colleges?
As a freshman in college?
Yeah, if some students, is able to come for 1 year certificate program, and then after 1 year they want to go to, and apply to, other colleges. 4 years, colleges in the United States.
Yes.
Yes, that would be possible. A lot of times people do 2 years here at HAC to get their associate degree, but you don't have to go, for your full associate degree. You can go for part of the program and then transfer off to another institution as well. Lots of different ways to go about the process.
Mm-hmm. And, many students here, they want to apply, to some schools in Pennsylvania. So, yeah, you're in Harrisburg, in the capital, and, you're very close to Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., so
right.
Very good location.
Yes.
Okay. And for international students, do you have any financial aid?
We currently do not have any scholarships or financial aid for newly admitted students. Once a student is here and has completed, I think it's a minimum of 12 credits, they are eligible to participate in a scholarship program through the Hack Foundation.
Okay, great. And
we were going to add to that, actually.
Yeah, and then we do international students are eligible to work on campus. So many of our F1 students do work on the college campus and are paid for that. It doesn't count towards financial aid, so it's up to the student and how they use that money. If they want to use that for their bill or use that for their own personal spending.
Do freshmen also can, can freshmen, also work, or is just only for second-year students?
No, freshmen can. We would say the key thing for students is their English skill. As long as they have basic English skill, they would be able to get a job on campus.
So you don't need any school teachers' references, right? No essay, no testing scores?
To apply to the college?
Yeah, to apply to your college?
No. Many students, if they get that for other schools, will include that in their application to Hack, but we do not require that.
And what is your tuition fee for your college?
The tuition, if a student comes as an F1 student, they have to be a full-time student. So as a full-time student, they have to have 12 credits, so their tuition and fees would be $4,302 for their 12 credits. If they did classes online, they don't have a credit requirement, so they would be paying the $358.50 per credit. If they want to take, most of our classes are 3 credits.
So students, even when they're here in Kazakhstan, they can also take online courses from you, right?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Great. And they don't need to apply for visa, so a service fee, so it will make the life easier. Yeah. And
right. A lot of times our students start out online, maybe for a semester, just to get everything set up with the application, with Jill, visa and everything like that to come over here. But they don't want to delay getting started with classes, so they'll do a semester online and then come over to our physical campus in Pennsylvania.
And if they, if they can take some online classes, how often do they have to be online? Every day they will have like live, virtual classes, or how it can work?
Yeah, so how it works, it's a little bit different, depending on what subject area it is and how you are as a learner, but our online classes follow a semester. So for instance, we're in a fall term right now. It started in August, September time, and it's ending, just this week. So that's the timeline for the class. There are due dates throughout this semester, so maybe you have to submit an essay by Friday, or read something and take a quiz by Tuesday. So there's deadlines along the way. As long as you're meeting those deadlines, you can do the work when you want. And it's hard to say exactly how many hours that it would take, because if it's not a stronger subject area for you, it might take more hours, or it really can vary a little bit. But I would say about 10 hours a week if you're taking a regular semester class that you would want to dedicate towards online classes.
Okay, and how many students do you have on camp? Not on camp, total at your college?
Oh, go ahead.
Hack has 5 campuses. Most of our international students attend the Harrisburg campus, so the campus here in Harrisburg. We say here at this campus we have on average 10,000 students. We currently have about 200 F1 international students, so it's a very small percentage of the overall student body.
What is it?
Our overall college has roughly 20,000 students, so that's at all of our campuses. And then students that are taking online classes this semester was 6,000 students.
Okay. What is a faculty and student ratio?
Do you know the exact one?
I don't.
We know it's small, but
Yeah.
I'm not sure if we have an exact number.
I
for
don't
you.
know the exact. I know. I think the most recent I heard it was 22 to 1. Our classes are very small. Our largest classrooms can hold 30 students.
Yeah. Do you have any experience when you have some students who studied at Central Pennsylvania Community College and then they applied to university as a freshman? Yeah. Uh-huh.
Have you worked with any like that?
Yeah, most of our students, if they start here, they stay for at least 1 year, so 2 semesters. So they would not be applying to the transfer school as a freshman. They would be applying to start there as a sophomore in their second year.
Mm-hmm. I mean, do you have a 2+2 program with U.S. colleges?
Yes, we do. Mm-hmm.
What colleges do you have this program?
Our programs that we have, our strongest articulation agreements are Penn State Harrisburg, Shippensburg University, Millersville University, York College.
There's a lot of different agreements that we have, and just because we, don't have an agreement with the college doesn't mean you can't transfer there too. So there's a lot of options. We might be here for another hour if we tell you all the schools, but yeah, Penn State is the #1 school that our students transfer to.
And here in Pennsylvania, the community colleges have an agreement with the state universities, and there's 14 of them that your college credits will transfer to them through articulation agreement that we have through the state educational system here in the state of Pennsylvania.
Okay, great. Okay.
The regular deadline.
What is the regular deadline? I think you're on a rolling basis, right?
For virtual, to apply for virtual classes, there is no deadline. For international students, we do have deadlines. For the summer semester, we require applications by April 15th, and we have summer classes start in either May or June. Our fall semester that starts in August, our deadline is July 15th.
Mm-hmm. If the students want to come to your summer semester, do they have to be over 18? Do you have like age limitation?
If they have completed high school, they do not need to be over 18. So they either need to be a high school graduate or 18 years of age.
So, like high school juniors or sophomores, they cannot come.
Correct, right.
What about college pathways?
And Emily and Julie, what is the average cost of accommodation in your area?
For living, I would say the average cost we say is probably about $700 a month, $700 to $750 a month. Many of our students who don't know anyone start at the International House in Harrisburg. The International House is completely furnished. You get a set of sheets and blankets, pots and pans. There's a little kitchen in your room. It includes all utilities, internet access. Many students will start there, and then once they make some friends, they'll go out and get an apartment together in the local area.
Mm-hmm. And do you have any students from Kazakhstan?
We actually have a new student starting this spring. I just heard this week that he got his visa.
What is he or she from? Astana, Almaty.
What area is he from?
Yeah.
I don't know that. I know he's from your country, but I don't know what a specific area. I'd have to pull his file to see that.
Mm-hmm. Any questions? Ребят, вопросы еще?
Ну, все, нормально. Вы знаете, какие случаи, когда ты
More needed к этому. And students asking if they go to college and they transfer to U.S. university, is it possible for them to get some kind of financial aid or scholarship?
Many schools do offer financial aid and scholarships. We are looking into that right now. We just do not currently have it. But I know Shippensburg and Millersville University, two of the main schools that our international students go to, they have scholarships specifically for transfer international students.
Okay. Okay. Okay, it seems you answered all questions.
Okay.
And then, Julie, I can send the list of participants to you tomorrow, and you can contact the students directly.
Great, thank you.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
So we are active on our Facebook pages. You saw our contact information listed.
Yeah.
We would love to, if you all would be okay with it, if you would all scrunch into the screen, we could take a picture of it and put it on our Facebook page if you would be all right with that.
Yeah, вы готовы, чтобы вас оставили на фотографии?
Подождите, я должна...
Ребят, сядьте, ребят, сядьте, пожалуйста, все близко. Можно, они что? Давайте быстро, ребята. Не надо, ребят, не сядьте быстро. Ребят, нас просят, давайте задержите.
Мы просто встанем.
Ну, давайте, или встаньте, наверное, да.
Блин, нет, давайте тебя не видим.
Кирилл, что вы там сесть не можете, а?
Nice. Yes.
Looking good. You let me know once everybody's in the photo.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. There's more people than we realized.
Can you scrunch a little, like come together just a little bit
Maybe
more?
make another row in the front.
There
Oh,
we go.
yeah, get cozy. Is everybody in? Oh, no, we're missing some. Yeah. Good. Oh, don't run away. Come back.
Отсядь быстро. Сядь как-нибудь на корточке.
Perfect.
Yay! Hold on here. All right, you all want to
Wave.
Oh, that's great. So you have
Thank
to check
you.
out our Facebook page so you can like
May I also join the students?
I'm sorry?
May I also join the students?
Oh, they're all there?
Excellent.
I can also, I would like to join students.
Okay, yeah, join the students. We'll take another
yeah.
picture.
Дархан, ты где? Иди сюда.
Oh, good. Do we have everybody?
Perfect. Smile.
Oh, I need to get that. Just a second. I need to get something off. Ah. Keep smiling. Okay. All right. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh,
Excellent.
wonderful.
Thank you.
You guys are great. Feel free to reach out if you have any questions.
Have a great day. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Have a good night.
Have a great day. Bye-bye.